Alright guys, so today we are quickly going to be taking a look at the clan battle, the overall setup. So in total, I am going to be doing 3 runs. So 2 runs going to be coming from the individual and then 1 run is going to be coming from clan. For the individual, we are planning to take a look at a more free-to-play setup, and then the other one is probably going to be more of a meta setup or a stronger version of the one that I'm using. And then the clan battle is just to explore different options with, units that I don't have, so we can see if we can get a better score. So obviously I have played through this already just to get a glimpse of how this actually works. So in terms of all the unit that we are going to be fighting against, is going to be from the Crossbone series. So they don't die, so they are constantly just respawn. They don't respawn, but they just take damage, and you try to deal as much damage to them as possible. The biggest problem is the fact that X1 is going to be able to cast kind of like a AoE damage to us. Is not really, let's say, a massive damage, but it's quite noticeable. So when we are using units that are like as Gundam, or just in general any of your bombardier unit, because they cannot fall below a certain HP threshold. If they do lose a massive chunk of the damage. So it is going to be a problem when we are going to be running S Gundam, for example, for this free-to-play setup. So let me actually equip some modules first, because I have been, just changing out things left and right. I'm just gonna do this for the time being. No, let's just use another one. Actually, don't want to use the one for Hakashiki. Yes, I am going to be bringing Hakashiki to this setup, because in terms of what we need to do, we are doing AoE damage. So any unit that are able to do AoE damage is actually pretty phenomenal in a way. So in terms of free to play options, standard, I personally don't know of that much in a way. I know Hama has it, Hakashiki has it, but I don't on top of my head know any other one for the time being. Oh no, no, never mind. That's not a free to play option. But yeah, so free to play option, standard, meaning that's able to do AoE damage. Those are definitely going to be a good setup to use. So when we are using the likes of, let's say, I don't know, Mark II for example, or even Borges Dallas, they probably wouldn't work that good either, because of the fact that their nature is only to single target only. So I think overall we can probably swap to different options that could probably be better. We can, oh, you know what would be good? Can bring in this bad boy now. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, there's just not a whole lot of better options in a sense. Kind of unfortunate, right? So I think as far as things that I have upgraded personally, I think that would be it. You know what? Let's just toss it this. So, like I said again, I was trying to make this as free to play as possible, but when there are options that I feel like is not really that good to use, like it's probably would hurt your team to put it on, I definitely have to change things up to make it better. Okay, let's kind of see. You can do this, and then for you, yeah, there's not a whole lot of good options for my Mano here, so I think I'm just gonna use with Kai for now. Unfortunately, we just don't have any other option, so I think should be fine, right? Should be decent doing AoE EX right there. So let's kind of see how this kind of like a free-to-play setup can do. Alright, so what I have found out in terms of, like I said again, everyone respawns. So I think the best possible situation is not even focused on X1, because X1 can dodge you a lot, so it's not really, beneficial for you to focus on X1. So I think for our tank, we have the 4 armor gun and thunderbolt. That's gonna focus on X1, but everybody else is gonna be on the other minions up top over here. So that's gonna be our setup, and we will see how we will do. And I'm just gonna keep the damage chart up so you guys can see what's going on. But I think with Hakashiki being able to constantly apply the EX skill, that is going to be fairly beneficial to our good friend Hama. And you guys can see, yeah, Hakashiki is doing phenomenal in this setup. My gosh, that is kind of crazy to me, actually. Okay, so as a more free-to-play setup. Let's kind of see our damage score or just our score in general. Alright, wow, 43. Okay, that's a good score actually. Okay. I was not really expecting this much. So yeah, even Hakashiki, you know, I've been memeing this unit to be only good in arena. This actually is the first time Hakashiki is useful in this situation. Well done. And even Gun Tank, look at that. Even like a completely free-to-play unit is able to perform decently well in this event, so definitely a big props to that unit for sure. And Gundam, unfortunately, it's just not going to be taking the top of the line damage in this setup because of the fact that we lost a good portion of the damage already. So let's actually take a look at a more meta setup and see what that team can do. So a more non-free-to-play friendly or a meta setup, we are gonna go with the following. So the key player in this team is definitely the O, because the reason why we were putting literally everyone on the right hand side is the fact that we need to take damage or we need to take hits. So if the O is able to evade literally everything, that means we are going to be able to just constantly pump out the EX2 gauge. So the O is going to be the best unit to use in this setup. Next thing, we do have Sasabi. Sasabi is still a phenomenal unit when we are able to dodge, so definitely a pretty nice unit to use. Same thing for the full armor unicorn as well. When we do take hits, we are able to generate EXQ, so that means we are able to pump out better damage and etc. And then Zeta, always just a phenomenal unit, but this time around is going to be better because since we are able to constantly apply the unavoidable status, that damage in terms of EXQ is going to be better. And then we just have a good friend Hamahama, and then we have Kasashria just for some more damage for the team, so pretty good. Alright, in terms of the setup, it's still going to be like this, so nothing is going to change. So we're not even going to be focusing on the X1 because X1 is a bait. Do not focus on that. The biggest damage is going to be coming from dealing damage to those minions, and that's what we are going to be doing 2 times speed this time around, and then we can probably focus on the O. You guys can see we should be doing a lot of EXQ by this time. Yeah, look at that, dude. Have you guys ever seen the O perform this good? Probably when it's on his own clan battle, but look at that damage, my gosh. Okay, what else can we do in here? Yeah, that's insane. Even Sasabi is doing exceptionally well in this one, I would say. So can we hit yeah, we hit S. Let's go. 10.5k. I will take that. That's a really good score right at the bat. So remember, hug everyone on the right hand side and skip the X1 because X1 is a bait and is not going to allow you to do more damage. Alright, so 10.5 right there, and then in terms of just the overall damage wise, this is what we're looking at. So pretty much half of the damage is coming from the O in terms of the EX skill. That's actually pretty crazy. Followed by Sasabi, 4 armor gun and the unicorns. Zeta actually came in a little bit lower than expected. That's kind of crazy. And then Hamahama, and then we have Kasashi for the buffing. So overall pretty good for the setup. So I think last but not least, we are going to explore into the clan version just to see if we can find ourselves a GPO2. In terms of this setup, I think I am gonna go with this as well. Let's kind of see. This is kind of frustrating, and you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I think I'm just gonna do all right. That works. That works. Yep. No. Yep. There you go. And then let's just gonna see what GPO8 can do for us over here. I do expect we should be able to see a lot of bombing action over here, right? Gonna see. Oh my gosh, dude, that was a massive damage for there. Wow. But unfortunately, this round we did see Sasabi just kind of suffer because we are not directly under the line of fire for the enemy, so Sasabi just cannot perform where it needs to be, unfortunately. But You guys can see GPO-A2 can be a fairly deadly unit to run in this event, especially when you have a really decked out version. Unfortunately, the clan member that offered the GPO-A does not have Gato, so we are missing a lot of buffs unfortunately, but hey, you guys can see GPO-A can do massive damage with the atomic bomb or the atomic bazooka. So there you guys have it. That's the clan version, and that's just kind of the overall run that I can kind of show you guys at the moment. You guys can definitely let us know down in the comment section below what kind of run you guys are doing, or like what kind of setup you guys are forming to get a high score for me. That's just gonna be the best that I can offer at the moment until we probably add in Quibbly. And then after that, we will definitely give it a try. But other than that, that is going to be pretty much it, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.